Inside Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. That is this top story here on Fox 2 News at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, Detroit police searching for the suspected gunman who they say shot and killed his ex-wife inside the hospital. We have team coverage tonight with the latest on the manhunt for 53-year-old Mario Green. But we begin with a reaction to the tragic shooting in which supposed to be a place of healing. Fox 2's Camille Amiri joins us live.
Yeah, I mean, Jessica, this has been such a horrible story from the beginning. We want to have you look at the picture. I apologize for that, but we want you to go ahead and look at the picture of the man who police say is responsible for this.
If you hear that in Detroit, you hear that peeling off in Detroit, that ain't nothing but a Hellcat. I know what that sound is. It's either a Durango Hellcat or it's a Challenger Charger. That ain't nothing but a Hellcat right there. That's what they apologize.
Talking about Mario Green, 6'4". You can see him hopefully in the picture right now, wearing all black, a gold necklace, and a pinkish backpack. Police say that it was about 9:55 when he walked into Henry Ford Hospital and shot his ex-wife in the basement. She worked in housekeeping department, from what we are learning. Ever since then, a all-out manhunt for him. It was a lockdown first at the hospital, but police determined that he had left the scene and that no one else had been hurt, that this was a targeted attack. We did get a chance to talk to a woman who worked with him, or worked with her, I should say, here at Henry Ford at the hospital, and then in housekeeping. And then also we spoke with someone who was in the hospital visiting his girlfriend. Take a listen.
I broke down in tears because me and her used to talk. Because I was telling her I was having problems with my child's father, and didn't know she was having problems with her.
Listen, all right, so let's stop here. Just give me a second. All right, what the fuck is y'all fucking on, bro? No, don't tell me don't start. Y'all looking at the same thing that I'm looking at before I even look at it and before I start having a conversation. What is y'all niggas sleeping with? That's why I don't respect half of y'all niggas that be talking about my baby mama, my chick, my baby mama. Nigga, because y'all fucking on anything. What are y'all doing? Who? Can we talk? Can we have a conversation real quick? Y'all niggas is evil. Y'all know for a fact. Y'all know. Hold on. Let me hold the guys. Let me hold the guys accountable for a second. You know that you ain't supposed to be sleeping with her. You know you ain't supposed to be sleeping with her. Why? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Why are y'all sleeping with people that y'all know that y'all not supposed to be sleeping with? I have a problem with my child, father. She got one tooth. One tooth. One tooth. She can't talk. She don't have no teeth. No, I'm going to give her my dad's father. If I seen this girl, I'll be like, girl, let me get you some help. Let me help you. You know what I'm saying? Get your life together and all of that. Y'all niggas is out here getting chicks pregnant. You know, dog, this should be assault, bro. This ain't no, y'all are laying down with a chick that you know ain't got no teeth. If you don't have any teeth in 2025, then you have other things to worry about than sleeping with women. If you don't have, and y'all letting the whole load, y'all ain't got no rubbers, no nothing, bro. This ain't April. I'm not going off on her. This is an accountability session for the guys. What I'm saying is, if you know that a girl has one tooth and, you know, it's other things that may or may not be wrong, then we have to be more mindful, because that is not somebody that you should be sleeping with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and then they'll sit there and then go on after hours and be sitting there talking big shit in the chat. Nigga, she ain't even no 5. She a 4. She a 3. Nigga, your baby mama don't have no teeth. And then got the nerve to be rating people. And y'all be in there rating people. Man, nah, man, I would never sleep with Tracy Ellis Ross. She a dingbat. You a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. I see women like this walking around inside of the grocery store all the time. They have a bunch of kids with them. And then you look at their baby daddy, and their baby daddy be having on Nike Tech suits. They be fresh. They look like regular guys. Remember when I was telling y'all that when I was walking through the airport and stuff like that, and I see chicks, and I'd be like, yo, the chicks don't match the guys that they with. The chicks don't match the guys that they with. And it was like, Anton, how you figure that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that the women don't match the guys that they with when they be with their baby daddies and stuff like that? And I said, because the guys look like on surface, and I haven't talked to the guys, I haven't kicked it with them, but just on the surface, the guys a lot of times look like the type of guys that can go up in status as far as the type of chicks that they dealing with. But then I see the chicks that they be with a lot of times, and they be the gutter. They be the gutter, bro. They be at the bottom of the barrel. And they go to court. Have y'all seen some of these court proceedings now that they make them public and stuff like that? Of these family court laws, of the chicks that be asking for child support, or they be asking to increase child support. And I be like, yo, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, that's you? You got her pregnant? And listen, I know that guys, a lot of times, they have some dark days and some cold nights. Sometimes your roster ain't rostering. Sometimes you can go through your whole roster. You calling chicks that you probably never thought that you would call before. You thought you was done with her. You trying to figure out why you got here. And you wake up in the morning like, God, what did I do? I know that your roster is rostering, but good God, y'all niggas is getting pregnant, having children. You know what I'm saying, Rocky? Like, I know y'all go to the bottom. I know you go to the bottom sometimes. But good God. Sheesh. At that point, it's time to just go to sleep. You just got to go to sleep at that point, bro. Don't call nobody else. God ain't with you right now. You're going to ruin your life. Go to sleep, nigga. Y'all niggas is on some wild shit right here. It's a veggie tail, nigga. Veggie. That's the cucumber. Let me see. That's a nigga, one tooth and all. That's a goddamn veggie tail. Nigga, y'all niggas is sleeping with veggie tails. Getting them pregnant. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I shouldn't have streamed. I shouldn't have streamed. I shouldn't have streamed today. I should have just streamed on Sunday. Something like that, bro. This is crazy.
Me and her used to like talk because I was telling her I was having problems with my child's father and coming to didn't know she was having problems of her own. She really a good person. She don't mess with nobody or nothing.
Once I found out what happened, I was like, oh my God, because I was that nervous. My girlfriend in the bed, I got the door closed. It's not a lock on the door, so I'm looking out the little windows.
This nigga look like an auntie. The news gonna have to start doing better, bro, with who they interview. The news got to do better with who they interview, bro. This guy look like an auntie, man. Seriously, bro. I'm going to read Cash Apps and Super Chat shortly, bro. I'm going to read Cash Apps. And this is an auntie, nigga. I've seen these aunties. This is an auntie. That's what happens when you get older and you don't have no facial hair. When you get older and you don't have no facial hair, nigga, you might start looking like an auntie. You're going to look like a stud, nigga. like a retired stud. Oh, you're going to be a retired stud, nigga. You better get your life together and get some facial hair, boy.
The door closed. It's not a lock on the door, so I'm looking out the little windows, and said, I'm like, man, I just got had a few chills go up and down my body, I'm like, wow, I don't have nothing to protect us with.
So right now, Henry Ford Health releasing a lengthy statement. Part of it we're going to read to you. It's on our screen. It says, at Henry Ford Health, we are family. We are devastated by the loss of our Henry Ford Hospital teammate, and our hearts go out to her loved ones, her family, friends, and the people she worked with every day. Police have confirmed this was a targeted attack of domestic violence. At this time, all questions regarding what occurred should be directed to the Detroit Police Department. We are cooperating with their investigation and are conducting our own internal investigation as well. So right now, of course, police looking for this person. They have recovered his car, and I know my colleague Hillary Golston is going to talk more about that. But in the meantime, if you see him, if you know where he is, Mario Green, you're asked to call 911 immediately and not approach him. He is considered armed and dangerous. Reporting live, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
And Camille, I just can't imagine being a patient inside of the hospital. You have shots fired, and then it's just all-out chaos. When something like this happens, Henry Ford, of course, going to be taking a look at their own security, but really all hospitals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we all train for these types of situations, but we talked to a woman who said that you don't know what this is like unless you've actually gone through it. We can train and train and train, but to actually be in a lockdown situation, she did not want to talk on camera, but she said it's absolutely horrifying. We can only imagine. We have talked to people who were inside who just waited for information to find out what was going on, to find out if there was an all clear. And I mean, we talked to one man whose cell phone died. He couldn't get to his wife, his girlfriend. She had just given birth to their baby. And I'm just imagine the horrifying moments for all these people. And then, of course, the victim, the woman who got up this morning and went to work, brushed her teeth, washed her face, went to work just like we all do. And then this happened at a place that's supposed to be a safe place.
I was telling my daughter this morning, because I was like, yo, this is something that I was going to cover. And I had heard about this story. Everybody in Detroit and everybody in Michigan had heard about this story yesterday. And I was telling my daughter that
news starts now with a breaking
whatever. And she said, Dad, what would ever drive a man to ever do something like this? What would ever drive a person to do something like this? And I said, Les, the only thing that I can think of that would ever drive a man to do something like this is it has to be either she was fucking on somebody else or it got to be doing something with the kids. That's your former baby mama.
Yeah, so we are joined by Commander, is that right?
Deputy Chief Arnold. I'm sorry, I have the wrong title. Deputy Chief, what can you tell us? Kind of give us an overview and kind of give me the latest.
About 10 a.m. we had a call that we had an active shooter at Henry Ford Hospital. Units got to the scene. We started an investigation. We started going right into our active shooter protocols. We were able to go into the building, locate a female who was shot fatally, and then we were able to build out the story from there. Currently, we're still clearing the hospital to make sure there are no other victims possibly located anywhere else in the hospital. And from all the information in the video we received, the suspect he fled the location prior to us getting here. When the officers got here, you can see we still have the area.
That dude is 65 years old, bro. Driving a 2011 white Charger. He's 65, bro. This ain't no young bull. This is probably an old school dude dealing with a younger chick, and this nigga still had baby mama problems at 65 years old, bro. Think about that for a second. Look, we can't just look at this as, and it's whatever it is that they present to us and just say, oh, okay, well, this is what's happening, so on and so forth. Bro, this dude is 65 and he dealing with his baby mama. Do you know what type of junk you dealing with? So the chick was young, significantly younger, because she still had to be childbearing age. Even if the kid was 14, 15, 16 years old, then that means that she got to be at least 20 years younger than him. At least 20 to 30 years younger than him. That's what y'all gonna stop messing with these young chicks. Y'all gonna stop messing with these little young chicks because they don't play fair. They don't play by the same rules as the women that was in your age group. Mm-hmm. They don't play by the same rules as the women in your age group. And then you're going to do something that you ain't supposed to do, because let's be clear. I'm not an advocate for, nor will I ever stand for the idea that somebody loses their life. The only time that I believe that somebody, I'm not even going to give those details, but most of the time when I think about somebody that's losing their life, I think about, a self-defense situation, it's you or me, and so you got to go. That's the only time that I could really think of right off the top of my head. If somebody do something to a little kid and you catch them in the act, something like that, right? But when it comes to women, it got to do something with a baby mama, domestic dispute, the kid, or it got something to do with, you crashing out over a chick that ain't yours no more. Either it's something cheating or something like that. And in that instance, if it's got something to do with, she cheating or whatever, bro, you just got to let her go. You got to walk away. This dude was 65. He ain't 32. He ain't 28, 26, crime of passion. That boy walked in there on her job. He know where she work at, and he didn't go after nobody else. This wasn't I'm gonna shoot up everybody at the school, shoot up everybody at the hospital, and all of that stuff. Nope. This is, I'm pissed at a chick that I shouldn't be talking to, and it didn't go right, and she over there talking about she got baby daddy problems with a chick that ain't even got a tooth in her face. Boy, that boy is on 10. On 10. Crazy. 65, and you got baby mama problems? It's over, bro.
We're pretty much cordoned off. We are putting out information that our suspect is in his 50s. His name is Mario Green. He fled this location in a white Charger, I'm sorry. So that's pretty much where we are right now.
Yes,
so we're looking for
him.
We know who he is. We have his identity, and we'll be probably releasing this picture to the media very soon.
Yeah, and I do believe we have that picture. I know described as 6'4", wearing black, a gold chain, pink backpack. Obviously, that is someone who would definitely stand out in the crowd if he's still wearing that, and also because he is so tall.
Yes, that's 100% true.
And obviously, you guys have cleared. That he's not here, but I imagine using all your assets trying to find him throughout the entire Metro Detroit area and beyond.
That's exactly correct. Here we have a lot of federal partners. We have the ATF, we have state police, we have Southfield police, we have police from all agencies here, as well as the fire department here at this location. But we're also actively looking.
I said he's 53. Okay, so let's say he's 53 to 65. That don't change nothing to me. That don't change nothing to me. 53, 65. You supposed to be in chill mode. You supposed to be in, okay, I got this. I won. I mastered life. Things is chill, whatever, so on and so forth. You supposed to be in chill mode. You supposed to be in slow motion. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion. I ain't got nothing else to prove to nobody. I'm just going to chill and watch the young bulls put in the work. I'm going to chill and watch the young bulls put in the work. That's crazy, bro. This is insane.
For him in a couple different locations as well.
What should people do if they see him, if they know him, anything? What is your advice to the public right now?
So if you see him, if you see Mario Green, if you see his vehicle, call 911. Let him know where you saw him, what he's doing, and that's all we ask.
And I have to say, too, that, the level of commitment, but how quickly you guys have worked on this case. I mean, it's impressive. At the end of the day, I said, earlier in our last show that it's horrible that this woman was killed. But the fact that you guys figured out who he was, got a picture out to the media, got the plate out to the media, got the description, that says a lot for your department.
Yes. And again, our department put a lot into it, but we had a lot of help. Michigan State Police, the ATF, we had a lot of assistance with this. We all know how important it is to secure our local infrastructures, hospitals being one of the most important. So we want to make sure everybody knows that they are safe and that we will respond quickly to any issue that we have.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. So listen, I don't think that she deserved to die. I don't think so. Obviously, we don't know all of the details, but good God, man, you can't you crashing out over 40-year-old box. You crashing out over bro. I'm not saying that she deserved to die, but what I'm saying, I need to know what those conversations was like. He probably was like, all right, you think I'm playing? All right, cool. She went and clocked in on her shift. He walked in right behind her. He didn't obviously been to her job. You know how big a hospital is? Think about this for a second. Like, they got some history together, because if he knows exactly where she is inside of the hospital in order to walk up to her and execute her on the job, he know everything about her, bro.